Hello, guys. What's good? Welcome to Joseph the Plug. Anyways, today we're going to be actually reacting to a Ashton Hall video of how I show speed destroyed Ashton Hall's reputation. And to be honest with you, I have actually it's been blowing up on my Snap page for so long. Like like from here to there would be blowing up on my page. But so like I had to make a reaction to this. Anyways, this is actually my first time doing a reaction video. As I keep going, as I keep talking, I'm trying to be a reaction channel. So if you haven't done it already, like, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing more things like this. Anyways, let's get into the video of Ashton Hall.
Ashton Hall looked like he was about to be the next fitness influencer who was about to rise to superstar status. With his unique morning routine and regular videos of his workouts, the 29-year-old amassed 17.4 million followers on Instagram alone, most of which joined him on his journey in the past couple of months. Along the way, he portrayed himself as a superhuman athlete, capable of showing off crazy feats that made it seem like no man on earth could outgrind him. But there are a few things in the world that are more dangerous than letting your ego get ahead of you. Now, after facing off with one of the biggest streamers in the world in a contest he felt certain he would win, Ashton Hall is facing the consequences of a huge miscalculation.
So during this whole thing between ishowspeed and him was probably the time that his reputation got taken down overnight. I think it would have to be between ishowspeed and him racing. Now I've heard that he's complained about this 4 times, and to be honest with you, I don't see you complaining 4 times over losing against a guy who almost not destroyed, but almost like in a foot race, almost beat a world Olympic medalist in running. I forgot his. I think it's Noah. If I'm correct, I might be wrong, but he almost almost beat the guy in that race. But like it doesn't come to my mind as if I'm slow and I'm racing against a high, like a guy who can outrun me in a short foot race, I'm gonna act mature about it and be like, "You win. I was this close," because that's how it was for Ashton Hall. He was a little bit close to I show speed, no pun intended, but it doesn't make any sense to how you lose your reputation over a foot race. So yeah.
In the process, he might have gone past the point of return when it comes to his image.
Ashton Fraud in the chat. Ashton Fraud in the chat. It ain't Ashton Hall, it's Ashton Fraud, man. Don't play, bro.
It's your boy Luesta, and today we're diving into the story of Ashton Hall and how a few bad choices cost him the world's respect in a matter of seconds. For a little while, there was no one riding high on social media, nor commanding as many comments or clicks as Ashton Hall, built around ASMR morning routine videos.
The morning routine videos, I have to say, when I watch it on Instagram, it's the weirdest. It's the weirdest, but it's dedicated to waking up early and then going to sleep early. And I see the routine is just that, like, beyond 8 o'clock. He says 8 o'clock is where he sleeps, I believe. 8 o'clock, he goes to sleep, wakes up at 3 something, and then the rest of the day, until the rest of the day, he got to do what he got to do. He goes back to sleep at 8 something. But to be honest with you, like when it's 8 to 12, I have things to do during that time. So I'm not sure to dedicate myself to that much time, or no, not dedicate, but dedicate myself to sleeping at 8 o'clock, then waking up at 3 o'clock. It doesn't sit right with me because it's not what a normal person would do, in my opinion. But I see he's dedicated to doing that, so I give him that. But on the other hand, I don't see him training for the military, so that's the only way I'm gonna assume, I guess.
Ashton's commitment to this seemingly unobtainable schedule and work ethic drew people in. Whether he was dunking his face in Saratoga water several times a day, rubbing banana peels on his skin, or wearing a full-on suit at his desk in
Okay, now I've heard on many people's channels that rubbing banana peels on your face and doing this ice thing to your face is really like, what does it do? To be honest with you, the ice in the, like, putting ice in a bowl of water and putting your face in it is refreshing. Y'all need to try that. And number two, the banana that he's like rubbing on his skin is meant for clearing any infections that's on your face. But other than that, I feel like that's a good routine right there. Besides wearing a full suit, I want to do that. But if you do got work that you got to wake up early to put a suit on, really is your choice. The job that you're going to, it is what it is.
An apartment, the videos left people baffled.
So looking at it, bro, we got to go ahead and get in.
To be honest with you, I would never do that wearing a full suit. I would do that while I'm in the bathroom, brushing my teeth, washing my face. That's the only time you would see me doing that.
At least 10,000.
Immediately, the comments let him have it.
Waiting for docs to write themselves? Here's the secret to getting words down without losing momentum.
I'm not saying this doesn't take discipline. I'm a lot more impressed by the dad of 2+ kids who meal preps on Sunday and gets to the gym 5 to 6 days a week while working a full-time job. What you showed me here is a dude with no responsibilities rubbing a banana peel on his face.
And you know what? That's actually that's a valid point, because Ashton Hall is just showing his morning routines, and they're saying, including that comment that he just read, was based on he doesn't have a job. Really, I'm just watching a guy who has a lot of time on his hands. And to be honest with you, that's how the world works in the influencer world, I guess. But other than your boy right here, I'm going to be working because I do have a full-time job. Dead serious, not lying.
While it inspired many copycats, Ashton's particular brand of insane drive hit a level of virality that most could aspire to. But this was by design, as Ashton knew the power of rage baiting. For example, his videos were packed with small, strange moments that made people do a double take.
Yeah, like diving into the pool and changing the time. I remember there was a podcast that he did, and the guy who was interviewing him or whatever, he was saying, "Why did you do that?" He said he wanted to do that just to get people to talk, because if you do if you do weird things on your site, people will start to take interest and say, "Why did he did it? Why does it look weird? And why does this just fits overall?" And I kind of see why, and I might try this later on, but not like that. You know what I mean?
Things like eating a watermelon midway through shooting jump shots, or diving into a pool and staying in the air for 4 minutes. And through all these quotables and bizarre inclusions, he basically became a profitable living meme. Soon, he was playing into the joke.
I kid you not, bro. I was really in the air for 4 minutes.
Yeah, and that's what led people to that's what led people to actually click on his videos, which is a good strategy. Because there's a difference between rage baiting and just doing it because you're doing it. Like, for instance, if I rage bait that I have hair, which you clearly see I don't, I'm bald, and I put a wig on every time, then probably on like a short or a video, I take the wig off and be like, "Hey guys, I've been bald for the past 5 years." Like, I don't know if that would be rage bait, but that's just an example that came off the top of my head. So
Yes, I understand. Mr. Beast is very successful. Let's start waking up at 3:50 a.m. He's going to do at least 10 billion.
And when explaining how it all went down, he conceded that it was to maximize discussion.
One I thought was really interesting was when you jumped in the air or you dived into the pool and the time changed for 4 minutes.
So when I jumped in the pool, all right, and I don't know if we're going to put this one out there, all right, because I haven't spoke on this one. But when I jumped in the pool, I see my editor editing, right? And I'm just like, I'm watching it, my guy Corona, and I'm like, you know what? Go back. Change the timestamp, make it 4 minutes, because I want them to comment. It's just a joke. It's funny. You get what I'm saying?
And it's so
But when I
subtle.
posted it on my page, it got over 100 million views, like 150. And then Twitter posted it. I think it got almost 1 billion views, one of the most viewed videos on Twitter. And that was like the main highlight. But it's funny, when I posted on my page, people weren't really talking about it like that. But yeah, there's a couple fillers that we put in there that's a joke.
For those on the outside looking in, Ashton's rise to fame probably seemed like it happened in a matter of weeks, but it actually took a long time to get there before stumbling onto his formula. In his estimations, it's been about 5 years since he started creating content.
So you're making content for, this would be 4 or 5 years?
I'm going on 5 years, but it's 4 right now.
And that he figured out the cheat code with ASMR videos about his daily routine.
Since I've been posting the ASMR videos, you know what ASMR is, right?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sounds,
just the sound design stuff.
Yeah, I was posting the ASMR videos, and people just had so many.
Hitting your goals has nothing to do with discipline.
Sorry, guys. I don't have YouTube Premium, so forgive me.
It is friction, and it slowly erodes your progress. Unlike what most people.
That was my day.
That was wait, hold on. That was the most freakiest smile I've ever done in my life. I'm gonna smile like this. Okay, that's way better, right? We good? Okay.
Anyone can do that. Anyone can post an ASMR video with no sound that's, I would say, 60 seconds to 2 minutes. And if you have enough clips in there and you post what your actual routine is, people are going to have stuff to say. They're going to comment a lot.
After leaving college following a faltering football career, Ashton lost his purpose and floated from odd jobs before finding it once more in the gym. From there, he worked as an LA fitness manager before COVID shutdowns led him to losing his job. But this was just the beginning of a new career as an online coach, which has led to major bags and even a deal with Muscle Tech. Now that he was living a lavish life and the entirety of the internet had something to say about him, whether it was positive or negative, Ashton wasted little time in dispersing advice online on how he got there. From failed football prospect to furniture mover and eventual online fitness coach, Ashton...
Oh, he was a furniture mover? I didn't know that. I just know that he did Planet Fitness. That's the only information he got out there. That's the only thing I know. But a furniture mover is not a bad job. It's actually a good job. You could lose weight by just doing that. But I'm not a fitness coach, so I can't really tell you that much. I just know that you be moving a lot. That's really it.
May have thought that his lifestyle would have made him an aspirational figure, but that hasn't stopped him from getting frequently roasted online.
Bro, this kid woke up at 3 a.m. and spent 6 hours doing bullshit. Bro, let's analyze this shit, bro. This is 3 a.m.
Really, to be honest with you, he's probably rage baiting the whole entire thing. Because he did say that if you go back within this video, he did say that he went back to his editor and said to put 4 minutes on it. I'm really thinking that he probably did the same thing to all of his videos just to probably get people to talk about it, which is not a bad strategy in my opinion. But for some people who don't understand the ways of doing this, there's a lot of ways of doing this. Ashton Hall probably mastered it. So I'm not mad at the fact that he does this. I'm not mad at all. No, I'm not mad at all.
After years of trying to attain the fame that he saw as the next logical step for his brand, Ashton showed signs of being a viable star rather than a flash in the pan. As his follower increase skyrocketed, his use of the brand and his ice dunks raised searches for Saratoga water by 120%, with the chief marketing officer declaring that he's clearly meticulous in what he does and cares about his entire health. The fact that Saratoga water plays a role in that is amazing, but it hasn't always been plain sailing. After his initial buzz online, some people who dealt with him, such as a website designer named Dan Alves, claimed that this dude hired me in 2023 to consult for his brand. He is so broke and stupid. He then posted receipts of text messages where he accused him of not paying for invoices. Then, photos of an alleged eviction notice surfaced online, suggesting his apparent wealth was all part of a big facade. Despite the evidence to the contrary, Ashton has still been flexing cash to the point that he claims he doesn't know precisely what he's worth.
Wait, so back in 2003, you had a person who did your videos, if I'm correct, if I was listening, he did something. I forgot when did Ashton Hall blow up? 2024? I don't really know, but like it comes to show that if you don't have the money, just don't ask for somebody who gets the best quality or provides the best quality, and you don't have the money and you cheap shot them by just not paying for it. It doesn't make sense in my opinion.
50 million. Okay, you gotta get to 50.
Really?
You did 20, you gotta get to 50, bro.
Wait, how much do you have? Wait, that was weird. Well, you can give me a range. Can I guess? You say higher or lower?
Cash?
We still counting.
Okay.
And his revenue streams have only expanded, with Ashton claiming he's actively churning down money when it doesn't align with his values.
There's a lot of opportunities that we've had. I've turned down millions. I don't even want to put a number to it. Within the last 6 weeks, we've turned down so much money. And it's just because it didn't sit right. I pray before anything that I get into, and it's just, I have clear answers. If it's a no-brainer, we do it. If it's not, we just don't. And that just comes from faith. It got to a point where I just stopped looking at my DMs. Yeah. But I've had people wanting to wire me $1 million like the same day. And that's just up front to start business. Same day, $1 million. Turned out, no.
Have you heard about the 3 essential steps
Hold on, people.
you need to take before you launch your business? First, protect yourself. Set up an LLC.
Despite all of this, it seems like nothing could bring Ashton down. No matter what meme that made him a laughingstock or what accusation they threw his way, Hall's audience just kept getting bigger and bigger. And clearly, he felt untouchable, not knowing that a streamer was seconds away from destroying his entire persona.
And how Ashton Hall, not Ashton Hall, but how ishowspeed did it was so crazy. But it's also a blame on Ashton Hall because, like I said before at the start of this video, he should have acted a little bit maturely about how his overall energy. He should have been kind of responsible for keeping his emotions in check. So when people like Speed comes along and he's faster than him or stronger than him, I'm not going to take it as a immature guy, like a kid. I'm going to be mature about it. I'm still going to train in the gym because you just gave me extra motivation to just be in the gym. So,
if you're on the internet on a regular basis and you're under the age of 35, you likely know who ishowspeed is. Among the most popular,
I kind of love ishowspeed at the same time, kind of dislike what he does half the time. Not saying I'm hating on him. I kind of love his channel. But hold on, what am I saying? I love ishowspeed. Most of the time, he disappoints me. Most of the time, he makes me happy. But overall, love ishowspeed. Hard out. Love you like a brother. You know what I'm saying?
streamers today, this Ronaldo-obsessed gamer became a multimillionaire while he was still in his teens.
Literally. See, I wish I would have started YouTube when I was 17, but I didn't because of problems that I had. But still, though, it's not too late.
And has continued to rack up accolades ever since. But one interesting thing about Speed is that his name actually fits him. He's consistently proven to be a standout athlete.
You doing all of that, but you can't do this, though. You can't do that, though.
Over time, he said and even considered getting into athletics, claiming that he wanted to compete in the 2028 Olympics.
2028, I'll be running the Olympics for sure.
Bro, I cannot wait until ishowspeed goes into the Olympics. That is something I'm actually waiting for. Literally, I can't wait until he actually does.
I'm going to do 100 meter and 50 meters, and maybe 200.
And while this seems like a crazy goal for someone who's never competed professionally, it's fair to say that it's not exactly impossible when you see how he can run. After all, he didn't embarrass himself against the literal fastest man in the world. And
yeah, like I said, between him, Ashton Hall racing ishowspeed, literally beating, I think it's Noah. I think his name is Noah. You know what? Let's continue. Right
Lyles.
Wait, he said
himself against the literal fastest man in the world in Noah Lyles.
Okay, I was right. His name is Noah Lyons. I'm just gonna call him Noah. And like I said before in this video, Ashton Hall is actually about like an inch or two closer to beating ishowspeed. However, his actions of how he complained about the whole entire race was so immature that at this point I was on ishowspeed's side. So see, literally, he's that close. Like, ishowspeed is literally that close. He can literally be on a Olympic level.
That was a tie.
Let's watch the video.
That was a tie.
Where's the video?
Was that not a tie? That was a tie. I'm the fastest man alive.
Although he didn't win, it was indeed a lot closer than many people expected.
You see, like how for instance, between Ashton Hall and Noah and IShowSpeed, between those two races and those two encounters, IShowSpeed lost this race, but he didn't act unmaturely like Ashton Hall did when he raced IShowSpeed. And like I said, that just like if somebody is stronger than me, faster than me, he does something that I like and he does it way better than me. That's extra motivation for me to just do what I love. But since I have competition, I'm gonna do it way better, hopefully way better than the guy who I competed against and lost to. Just extra motivation.
Meanwhile, for all his big talk, Ashton's credentials are a little less impressive. For one thing, his most fearsome competition in a race was DJ Khaled. And while he's been spotted running before, he's lied about his pace previously. For example, he's recently claimed to run a 4.21 second 40-yard dash in the Jackson Jaguars' 2025 schedule release video. But that's complete BS.
He probably just rage baited that one. I don't know. Since he's the master of rage baiting, I could literally say everything he does is rage bait. So
yes, for a few reasons. Mainly because the fastest official NFL combined time is 4.22, and Hall's never come close to proving that kind of speed in any legit setting. Along the way, he's been putting on a show, pretending that he's faster than actual vehicles and even dogs, adding just enough theatrics to make it all seem a little bit more believable, even if unedited footage told a vastly different story.
Now, listen, I'm gonna get up to at least 24, 25 mph, miles per hour.
to be honest with you, all that I just feel like that destroys your like rhythm, time to breathe and all that. Like us. The only time I'm doing that is when I'm like punching, practicing the like shadow box or something like that. Never. I don't think you would ever see me doing that unless I'm like doing that. That's way better than you know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean?
Then there's the small matter of his credentials as a college football player, or more accurately, the lack thereof. Over the course of his entire career, he boasts just 6 carries and 8 yards.
And to be honest with you, if I was a running back, okay, let me give you all the stats right quick. I'm a 6'3" dude, 200 and I want to say 40 pounds. I'm probably a little higher, but 240 pounds. If I become a running back, I'm running over people. It's not really that hard to learn the routes because because most of the time you're just running through the barrier of bodies that's literally in front of you. You're running in front of the linemen, if I'm saying it right, the big guys, or you're going to the side and you got like a little screen of 3 to 2 people who's blocking you, and other than that, you just got to get a few yards in. That's really how I would play running back. But my natural position would have to be tight end because as much as I love to catch the ball, the football, yeah, as much as I love to catch a football and run a touchdown, I also like to block and literally just bulldozer over people. So I feel like tight end is my natural position. But other than that, playing football as a running back is the easiest thing, I think.
Since rising to fame, he's also come under scrutiny over his physique, as he claims he's natural.
Fully natural. I barely take protein. There's no need. I'm 29, bro. I gotta show you guys how I looked at 17 and 18. Like, my high school football coach thought I was on steroids then. We've just been grinding for years, bro.
But this was something the fitness world, especially people like Greg Doucette, the natty are not expert.
Yeah, I was like he was pulling up the stats on like Ashton Hall. It was crazy how he was just bullying the whole entire the whole entire physique of Ashton Hall. He was kind of I don't know. To be honest with you, he was just being brutal about it. And to be honest with you, I don't know. So it's weird though. It's a weird world. we live in.
picked up on right away.
And so what really shocked me is that people can't see right through this. You really think this guy dropped 17% body fat, all the while adding 20 pounds of muscle while being natural, doing toe touches, jumps, and hit cardio? And do you really think that's how he really trains in the real world? He looks like Superman chasing.
What would you say to somebody that hasn't tried therapy before?
Just ask yourself if what you're doing in your life right now is working. If you have peace.
To train. He looks like Ben Johnson, only with double the muscle and more athletic, faster than half the guys in the NFL, all while doing hit cardio? Really? And so what are my conclusions? My conclusions are this. I believe the guy was natural up to the age of 23 and developed a world-class physique, and then decided, hey, I want to push my physique to the next level. I'm going to go on PDs, not tell anyone about it. I'm going to make a mind-blowing transformation. I'm going to go from 25% to 9% in 6 months while adding 20 pounds of muscle in a year. And I'll keep it going, and in 3 years goes from 183 to 218 pounds while staying shredded the entire time. And not only that, actually getting leaner.
Even with all these little red flags, Ashton would have avoided ever having to prove what his real credentials were. But what he once saw as an opportunity to perhaps further his career turned into anything but when his ego got ahead of itself. And soon, he'd lose everything over the course of a few short sprints. When it comes to how Ashton Hall and Speed's ill-fated race actually happened, it all began in April when the streamer checked out some footage of the new social media phenomenon and figured he can outpace him.
Race Ashton Hall? Chad, if y'all think I'll lose a race to Ashton Hall, y'all gotta be smoking. Y'all gotta be smoking.
Things then intensified when Ashton spoke to Aiden Ross about the prospect of a race, insisting that he would win despite Aiden's warnings.
You need to race ishowspeed.
I'm ready.
You should actually race Speed. I think he'd win though. He's really fast, bro.
I'm ready.
Would you think you could beat him?
Come on.
I think Speed beats you. Bro, he beat Tyreek Hill. I mean, I think he could beat Tyreek Hill.
To be honest with you, I think he could too. I'm gonna take his word for it.
This is what we race.
He beat Noah Lyles.
No, he didn't beat Noah.
Okay, but he was close.
Why are you lying?
No,
He did not beat Noah, but it was close though.
It was really close.
Impressed.
It was close to where that should have been that close.
I'm impressed. I think Speed is fast. I know he's athletic.
Yeah.
But he's not.
Then, the challenge was officially laid down, with Speed remaining as confident as ever that he would come out on top.
Chat, should I race Ashton Hall? I forgot to take some back.
I put a parlay on it and all.
Who you got?
I got you, bro. I'm putting 10 bands on you.
Oh, yeah, you better. Shit, if you don't, you losing your money. If you don't put money on me, you losing your money. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You been talking too much on the internet, bro. Let's race, man. Let's do it right now, bro. Chat, if he's actually Miami, I'd do it right now.
But through it all, Ashton insisted Speed would come up short.
Tell him that you changed your mind.
Ain't, bro, nobody changed my mind. Bro, I'm ready. Come on, bro. You ducking. You really acting like a chicken hall. I'm out the, bro.
This is not going to be a good look for you, brother.
No, it's not.
Put you on game.
On God. Okay, watch
You know,
this.
you little bro. I'm trying to look out for you.
I promise
Man,
you.
Listen,
I
management.
I
They
promise.
cannot allow you to take
I
this race.
promise you. This about to look bad on you, bro. Hey, I'm good, G.
But Speed stood on business. All the while, Ashton claimed he was a come-up for him.
Don't come for big speed.
I might even stop listening with only.
It's a demon. Who the you think you is, bro?
We ain't gonna be the routine no more. They're not gonna know me for Mr. Routine. We gotta come with something harder than that.
Chad, I'm about to end this man's career, bro.
But no matter what, Ashton's overconfidence persisted, even putting up some major money on what he thought was certain to be a victory.
Let's go 60.
Let's go 60.
I give you time.
We can do 60.
He put 60 bands. So he wait. So is it 60 bands for the 4 races like itself, or every 4 races he lost, he would have to owe ishowspeed $60,000? I'm not doing that. I'm putting $60,000 if I like $60,000. We both put $60,000 on the table. On the table. Number one, I just want to do it because I want to do it. It's fun to race, but at the same time, you got to think probably not the best idea.
I'm ready right now. I ain't gotta warm up, no nothing. Let's go, Nino. Let's go.
But as the two limbered up and got ready, the eventual showdown was basically a victory lap for Speed.
It's time for me to expose Ashton Hall. Speed versus Ashton Hall. Let's get this shit right. He's slow as He's slow as I'm out, boy. What I say? What I say? Too slow. Stop playing with me, dude. Go.
I feel like everything that was messing Ashton Hall's is gotta be when he makes that sound every time he runs. I feel like that messes up your rhythm to run, especially if you're trying to run as fast as possible. I don't even do that. I don't do that. Oh my goodness, I don't even do that.
As the video of the live stream began to do rounds in clip form on
You lost $6,000 4 times. Hold on. Let me read these comments right quick. Okay, the top one says this was before or after he lost 4 times. There's the second one here saying you lost $60,000 4 times. And I'm not sure, did he lose it like, oh yeah, it did says 4 times. So I'm thinking, did he lose it 4 times or all 4 that was that $60,000 to ishowspeed? Okay, and the third one says he's talking to a off computer at 3:45. Not even relevant to the thing. Not even relevant to the thing. This is his morning routine thing, but it says that would be, I don't know how to pronounce the word. Okay, the third one did not actually. You know what? I'm going to continue the video. I'm going to stop yapping right now. I'm talking too much.
line. People began flaming Ashton at every turn. This was something that Ashton was incapable of accepting. Worried that the videos of him losing the race would forever be flooded with comments about his loss, Ashton...
No, it wouldn't. Well, number one, it would, but at the same time, it wouldn't be as bad if you would have stopped making those excuses. Just be like, let's race 4 times. I want to see if I can at least beat you. I put $60,000 on the line. Let's do it. And ishowspeed agree. All you had to do was act mature. Act like that guy that Ashton Hall beat. Not Ashton Hall, but ishowspeed beat after Ashton Hall. I forgot his name, but I've watched some of his videos. It's very funny. But anyways, all he had to do was act mature.
pushed for a rematch.
You scared because all your image is over with. What's everybody saying? All his Instagram image is over with. He not fast. You lost 3 times to me. Come on. You slow, my boy. Why are you leaving? Take your L. Faster than me. Why are you leaving? Because I beat you 3 times.
And while Speed is usually pretty easygoing, it was clear that he was sick of him by the end of the exchange as he continued to bumble his way to another showdown. And clearly, Speed had enough by the 4th time that he left him in the dust.
Set, go! Bye. Clear. Delete your Instagram. Bye.
Now, you may be saying to yourself, so what? He lost the race. It's not that big of a deal. However, the problem wasn't that he...
I don't even think it was that big of a deal. So how is it a big of a deal if he lost the race? You still got time to literally like go to the gym. You literally got let's say in a month you got to beat your record time for a 100-meter dash. Let's say your dash is around 6, and next month you beat it about like you have 5 on it. You know what I mean? Why not just shake his hand, say you're faster, but next time let's do this again? How is this a big? How is? Yeah, I don't get it now.
Came up short, but how he conducted himself afterwards that sent that carefully constructed public image he had built into pieces. From the outset, it was clear that those $1 million bags were flashing before his eyes. As he scrambled to save face, Ashton began to shoot himself some bail however he could.
Turns out, bro beat me clearly 4 times, fair and square. First time I slipped. Second time he clearly beat me. And I said, bro, run it back. And he ran it back. The third time it was a tie, everybody was saying.
But the fact remains that where Speed had literally got tattooed that day, he did genuinely prepare for the race.
To be honest with you, I'm gonna do Ashton Hall a favor. Number one, like I've said multiple times during this video, all you had to do was act maturely, and this wouldn't be as bad as is. It wouldn't be as bad as it is now. That's all I really got to say for this one.
And after realizing how easily he was bested by Speed, who leads a vastly different lifestyle to him, people couldn't help but laugh at how ineffective it all was. All them routine and sprinting videos to get cooked by a guy who watches Ronaldo highlights and plays video games all day. But what was also telling in terms of how people view Ashton is that once the world got a glimpse of him losing, everyone seemed to collectively rejoice. Just look at the reaction of Phantom. Alongside cheering Speed on, he would be among the many people who dismissed the idea of a tie in the third race that Ashton was trying to put forward. Soon, Kai got involved too, hosting a post-match analysis with Speed, which was basically just a mockery of Hall and his excuses.
It's crazy how he gets destroyed by the top tier people on stream right now. You got Phantom, then you got ishowspeed, then you got Kai Cenat. Like, dude, you're getting destroyed by 3 streamers, man. One of them just beat you to 4 times in a race, while 2 of them are reacting to your demise. I'm not lying. This is actually a downfall.
To win at least one.
If he would have won one, he would have took that to the moon. He wanted to get that one clip of beating me. He wanted it so bad.
That one high quality.
That one high quality.
The fuck is this right here? Look.
Yeah.
And as if Speed's fellow streamers getting involved wasn't enough, the victory was also co-signed by the fastest man in history, Usain.
You know, Usain Bolt is actually my mom's favorite. Athlete out there, because she is Jamaica, so she's going to root for Jamaica. But anyways, you got Usain Bolt. Wait, hold on. So we got 3 streamers. One of them beat you 4 times in a race. Am I correct? 2 of them are making fun of you. Then you have Usain Bolt, which is surprising to me, the fastest man on earth, not now, but back in his prime. Comment down on his videos? Okay, bro. This is a downfall.
Bolt on Instagram. And while this must have all stung, the real issue for Ashton was that people who pay his bills, social media users, felt he was a laughingstock for how he handled it. He lost all his
To be honest with you, yeah, I would actually like leave him because he acted like a kid. Act mature, bro. Set an example for these kids, bro. You're a fitness influencer. There's 2 jobs that you have to do as an influencer. Number 1, inspire the kids in what you do. Number 2 is show them that there's always a better way to resolve things. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but there are better scenarios to handling a problem.
In one video, Speed literally tried to warn him. Bro couldn't take an L, so he took 4. I love how Ashton's whole crew was quiet as f***, and soon they'd be proven right. At every step of the way since it all went down, Ashton has been going out sad.
The next one, when you swipe, it's gonna be a side shot with me in the front. I'm gonna try to get him out of the frame though. You're gonna see me running. You won't see him at all. You might see a piece, maybe of his little hair, of his forehead.
All right, let's see if this Kittle thing is actually fast. Let's pick a trending template. This one looks good. All right, let's change the text, fonts, maybe the color scheme, and we're done.
I'm 100% sorry, guys. I don't have YouTube Premium. You have me.
Illustrator again. Okay, so
It is what it is, bro. You won. You fast. You got that out of me, bro. Did I think today was gonna go how it went? Nah, I thought maybe at most you would barely beat me, and then I would get in your head again, and then I would win the second time.
Okay, so your plan was to get in your head. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I misheard that. Never mind.
People beat me, bro. I turned up legit. But, bro, I just couldn't get in front of them.
And as predicted, his comments have become a hotbed for him to get trolled.
They keep saying 4-0. Brother, listen, I've taken way more than 4 L's. Matter of fact, put 1,000 in O. Put 1,000 in O.
And because the internet is forever, everyone is ensuring that his cocky words beforehand aren't going away and are coming back to bite him.
The thing is, like, I can't even just beat him. I gotta demolish him. Like, it doesn't even count if I just barely beat him, bro. We gotta demolish him.
A few moments later.
You win some, you lose some. At the end of the day, if it was an easy race, I wouldn't have raced him. I wouldn't have wanted to race.
And to make things worse, he acted like he didn't do any preparation.
I should have gotten straight in the gym and took that junk serious. So if I could change anything, I would have taken training serious. But at the same time, I'll tell you guys this. He doesn't train for real, bro. It's just fast.
Between all of his catastrophic coping, the viewers lost the last remnants of respect for him. As while you could argue that speed put the nail in his coffin, his inability to handle the L is anything but appealing to viewers, and has meant that he's decimated his own image. Speed didn't ruin Ashton Hall's career, his ego did. He's not a loser for losing the race, but because he can't take a loss. Now days removed from what went down, it's clear that the loss remains the focal point of his entire world.
Thank you. We fell short, but I'm gonna keep going.
Suddenly, a man who was attempting to portray himself as a pillar of masculinity instead appears to be as insecure as anyone else. And when he watched how he dealt with it, Speed could barely believe his eyes.
He's crying? Bro, ain't no way he actually lived like this, bro. Ain't no way Ashton actually lives like this, bro. He did all of this when he lost to me, bro.
Now facing the prospect of being defined by this loss, some commentators are already declaring his career dead on arrival.
Ashton Hall, he greatly underestimated ishowspeed. After all,
to be honest with you, let's be honest here, because you have 2 points of views in this situation, this scenario. We can go into the mind of ishowspeed, saying that he already is close to being on an Olympic level due to that race with Noah. Now, if you look into the mind of Ashton Hall, you're thinking that he's slow, or I just want to race him because I want to see if I'm fast enough. But to be honest with you, in my opinion, it really kind of doesn't matter as long as you have fun doing it. That's just me, because if I'm racing these two guys, number one, I know I'm going to lose either way, because probably both of them are on Olympic levels of speed. Probably ishowspeed, because he did almost beat a Olympic medalist, Noah, if I'm correct. But to be honest with you, I'm not really going to, put it out online about how sorry it is of me losing. I can't take this L. Number one, in life, you're going to take L's all the time. And the way you handle it is just by doing it over again. And it's kind of sad to see someone who represents masculinity to just being a guy who can't handle a loss. And I see what he's talking about, because it happens to everyone. I'm not one of those guys. I don't want to be one of those guys.
it's in the name, speed. And so the reason he ended his career isn't the fact that he beat him 4 times in a row. It's the way Ashton Hall pressured him, spoke cockily, saying he was going to dust him, and that he couldn't accept defeat graciously. He kept
Number one of this whole thing, if I'm doing a race, number one, I'm going to act a little cocky. I'm going to be competitive, because number one, that's how it is in the first start. In the first race, most of the time you got to act a little cocky, because most of the time you might win. But not off of that cockiness because you had confidence, is due to skill. Now, let's say if Ashton Hall treated this differently during the first race, saying, "Oh, okay. Let's do this again, but this time I want to see if I'm at least close to you. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? It could have went that way, but instead it just went the opposite direction of what he was trying to go for, really. And like the video said, his ego actually did ruin his reputation as a man who represented masculinity. So
kept making excuses.
And while it might seem a little premature, there is certainly something to be said for it affecting how he can interact with other creators. As not only was it a miscalculation from a brand standpoint, but how much he antagonized a prominent figure like Speed won't be good for his reputation.
I'm throwing a party. This is going to be my biggest book ever.
I'm sorry.
Not like that. This is going to be my biggest book. Well, not even like that. This is going to be my biggest
among streamers.
I actually met Ashton Hall about a couple months ago, like 2 months ago. And we spoke a little bit, seemed pretty cool. And I mentioned him coming on the podcast. Now, obviously speaking, he's doing his thing. He's up there, getting massive clout. I understand. But it seemed to me he was very cocky and arrogant. Not saying he's a bad person, but saying he's just very cocky and arrogant. So seeing this is kind of like, damn, humbling, because I guarantee you, he ain't happy about this thing with Speed, because he lost the race.
Yeah.
But he tried to defend it and say, I won the race. So that right there is the issue here. But
You lost to the biggest streamer in the world, and not just that, it's like one of the only clips that you can find of Speed being that mad, and it's attached to his career forever. That alone is pretty detrimental.
As a result, people believe Speed was the only one that came out on top.
Ashton Hall made it big because it's his morning routine. Amazing work. Listen, props to him. That was impeccable. The problem is that, like, when you do that one-hit wonder type of stuff, you need to stay relevant. Now, I know people say all the time, networking is this and that. But when it comes to networking,
only one guy says that.
He should actually focus on building relationships, because this right here with Speed is bad. Speed is the #1 streamer in the world. To come at him this way and say, "Oh, bro, I beat you in a race. You're lying," dude. Speed was irate. Speed like, "Yo, bro, I brought you on my stream. We did a collaboration. Now you want to lie that he beat me in a race? Come on, bro."
Yeah.
So this right here, bro, is a huge help, because now Speed is telling his chat, Ashton fraud in the chat. That's crazy, bro.
And as for Ashton, he just keeps digging a hole, revealing that after the race, he unfollowed Speed.
I followed Speed now for like maybe a year or so, right? Right when we called each other out, right when it became a thing, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I knew in my head, I'm like, okay, we're actually for sure gonna race, right? So I'm drawing up the story. I'm a director. I love this, bro. This is what I do. Like, so for me, I'm like, yo, it needs to look like there's smoke. I need to draw the story. Now, I'm not going to follow this dude. We're not friends. Because if I follow him, it looks friendly. Even people in the chat were saying, yo, this is staged, bro. So in my head, I'm like, it doesn't look right. I'm following him. Let me just unfollow. That was a week ago I unfollowed him. I didn't unfollow him after the stream. That would be weird.
And while some are claiming that he's suing Speed or that the loss caused him to lose a deal with Nike, none of that is verifiable. Naturally, that's a very bad look, even on the off chance it is true. But so is acting hurt about the trash talk you actively took part in.
I'm watching the videos back and I'm like, dang, bro, what? Bro was going in. Bro called me everything. Came here to race, bro. That's it. I don't have any pride when it comes to somebody calling me out my name, bro. Like, I'm not tripping. Like, I like to tell my team all the time, somebody can spit in my face, bro. I'm not gonna pop off. I'm not. I have too much to lose.
Or asking for rematches even as the world wants you to move on. Despite the fact that he is being mocked by the entire world these days, Ashton insists he is going nowhere, and that this is merely motivation to achieve more.
I'm absolutely not going quiet, bro. You guys are going to hear from me 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. I lost terribly 4 times. Never ever won 4 times.
No, to be honest with you, the brand deals didn't, they didn't cancel their deals because he lost the race. They canceled the deal due to his big ego. Because remind you, Nike's got a few people who wear their products and have lost, but they still keep going with them because they have a do better attitude, a mature attitude to do what they need to do that is mature. And that's the only reason I think those deals actually they just canceled the deals. So that's my opinion.
Somebody had to meet me 4 times.
But ultimately, the audience will be the judge of that. Because if you can't get them back on board, you're done. And at the moment, being the loser in this race is what he's best known for.
Good, I saw the race. Actually.
Oh, really? Good love. God bless. That was over.
Unsurprisingly, Ashton fully admits that he regrets it, and that's understandable. Because in one ego-driven misadventure, he turned all of the positive momentum into dust.
Dang, if I could just go back, I would change. You know how you wish that you did a million things different? This is one of those moments, bro.
And clearly, he's struggling to move on, with Ashton now suddenly uploading videos of him boxing as an attempt to explore another avenue to compete with Speed.
We can run it right now. We can run it right now.
Left with a major blemish on his blossoming career, Ashton Hall has to reinvent himself and move on. Because otherwise, he's got about as much hope of being a continued viral success as he would have of beating most high-level sprinters in a race. So, Ashton, it's time to pick yourself up and work out a plan to combat the negative image of a man with a wounded ego that you built for yourself. Perhaps maybe you can sleep on it instead of getting up at 3 a.m. every night. Because clearly, that isn't giving you the superhuman powers we thought it was.
Okay, throughout the whole thing, this was a great illustration by whoever the guy is. I'm going to subscribe to his channel. This is amazing. But the thing that just doesn't make sense is that this was actually just, all you had to do was pull your big boy pants up, be mature, and like all you had to do was put him through racing scenarios. Like, let's say that he beats you in a 100-meter dash. Then you can like say that you want to see test his strength when it comes to running up a hill. Probably Ashton Hall would have got it right there, but yet again, I'm not sure because they never did that, or Ashton Hall never had the idea to do that. So in my mind, if Ashton Hall would have been mature during that race or be polite and take the L's as a sign of motivation, this backlash, this his deals being cut would not happen. In fact, they would keep going with him because he wanted to inspire the next generation. If someone out there is better than you doing this kind of, like, for instance, running, and you want to be a runner, but this guy outruns you by 10 plus, and you want to get better, just keep going. You're going to get there. You're probably going to beat him too. But at the same time, you can't just act unmaturely about it. That's what I got to think. If Ashton Hall just had to be mature, okay? That's all I got to say. Thank you for watching Joseph the Plug. I'll be making more videos like this. Please stay tuned because I also have a storytelling channel that gives you insights to my life. I might show later on, whatever I can on that channel. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please hit that like button, subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.